Good evening. Good evening. As usual, someone needs to make an entrance, and they're not sitting here when we start. Do you notice a pattern here? Because I sure do. But I'm here. How's everyone doing? Hello, Karen. Happy Friday. Laura, how are you? How's everyone doing? Friday night. As you can see, we have big plans. We're sitting here on the couch doing nothing. Just waiting for the princess to whatever she's looking for. Don't know. Rocking the new New Jersey Paranormal hat there, the new swag. Hey, Teresa, how are you? I like my New Jersey Paranormal hat. I like the other one too, but I like this one better because it's got the whole name on it along with the NJP. So I like that much better than the old one. I have my shirt as well. I haven't worn that yet. Maybe I'll wear that tomorrow for the mine tours. I don't know. I don't need to see the shirt. It's the same shirt. It's the old shirt. I can't see it. There you go.
You can.
So, New Jersey Paranormal merch is available now. The link is there. It's always cool for us to see people wearing that at different events that we do and, you know, places we go, except for Sally Busher, who for some reason is afraid to wear our merch.
Poor Sally.
But yeah, I like the hat a lot. A lot. They did a great job on the hat, and I like wearing hats, so I like wearing this hat. So, pretty busy as of late. A lot going on. I had to write some stuff down so I knew what to talk about and what to get into. It's weird how things work out where like everything happens at one time. You know, it's like all of a sudden there's months of this lull,
Tanisha,
which we kind of needed. And then there's just, bam, everything starts happening at one time. 3 libraries reached out to me in a week about doing the library lectures, which we like to do. I mean, they're fun. And usually we get a good turnout. Clark is like,
I enjoy the libraries.
yeah, the main one. And we're going to be doing at least 3. They're all going to be close by, though, each other. One in Clark, one in Linden, and one in Cranford, which are like miles away from each other. So that'll be cool. That'll be in October. Other things that are going on. We have more stuff going on here. I know we've kind of gotten away from that a little bit because you never know when Chris is going to be available or want to do one of these.
Yes.
So I've been kind of having to pick and choose because the princess, doesn't do as much as she used to. So I have
First
to
of all, I'm not a princess. I'm queen.
Well, whatever. So I have to kind of, not do as much. So I kind of try to pack it all in together when she's motivated so we can get some stuff done. So there are several interviews coming up along with several interviews / demonstrations coming up, and they're all packed together within like 2 or 3 weeks.
And
I tried to space them
one
with someone who I've set up multiple interviews with through the years.
See, the man can't.
I would love it if you had something new.
Oh, I can get something.
I'll tell you a story about something in a minute, but I don't want to jump too far ahead. But I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget them because there's a bunch of them here. So I had posted about Katrina Weedman. I hope I say her last name right. From Portals to Hell, Paranormal Lockdown, Paranormal State. She's going to be on July 22nd, which I believe is Tuesday, I think, of next week. We're going to be interviewing her, asking about how she started, all the shows that she's been on, and we're going to be talking about, of course, the upcoming event with her at the Mine on August 2nd, which there are 5 tickets available left. That's it, just 5. So if you're interested in that. But we're going to be interviewing Katrina on July 22nd, which I've already posted. A week after that, Jay Wasley on the 29th. The following week, Jay from Ghost Adventures is going to be on interviewing him. And I know he doesn't do a lot of interviews, so it's cool. Again, everybody knows that I'm a fan of Ghost Adventures, and I've watched that show forever and a day. So looking forward to talking to Jay about that show, the inner workings of how it works and how they all came to get together, and what's going on with the show lately and how many episodes they're doing compared to years past. And I know that Jay is more the ritual guy, and I'm really, really fascinated and interested in that subject as well, because he knows how to open and close the rituals, and he does all those kind of weird
and he knows
salt
the
circles.
He knows the different boy, this brain of mine is just not working.
Good job.
So
Jay's going to be
on
the
he knows
29th.
the different kinds of ritual, smart ass. I'm
cussing. Man. Keep doing that. July 29th, that'll be Jay Wasley. I'll put up an ad for that too. July 30th, the following day, will be Judy Harkey. Now, go ahead.
With Judy Harkey, she'll be doing, again, 2 sample readings, like what she normally does when she comes on, with her etchings, her sketchings that come across, and maybe regression. And also to talk about, she sent me and John her book, which I'm going to delve into and read. And it's about soulmate addictions, navigating the power and peril of love's eternal bonds. And again, that it'll be really cool to see why she came out with this and why she delved into this, especially when you get to know who she is and what she's about. This one kind of took me by surprise.
Me too, because there's a reference of twin flames on the back there, kind of in the description. And I watched that Twin Flames documentary with that couple that scammed all those people out of all that money. And I think the Twin Flames things is kind of horse crap. So,
well,
I'll talk to her about it.
This isn't what she's doing.
It's in there. It's in the description.
This is Love's Eternal Bonds. But she's talking about soulmates.
Twin Flames. She specifically references twin flames.
So someone who said he wouldn't read must have been reading stuff.
I read the synopsis here, here. understand why soulmate and twin flame dynamics can be both sacred and destabilizing.
Well, she didn't use the terminology like they did in that cult thing. She's using it as a bond between two people who are
I just
soulmates.
don't like the word twin flame.
Because it has a bad connotation to it to you.
I'm just saying.
But twin flames was long before that cult thing.
I think it's crap. But that's me.
How about soulmates?
Soulmates, yes, I believe. I just don't like the term twin flame because it was associated with these scammers.
That's exactly what I pointed out. So I get that. But yeah, soulmate. So, and she does. It's soulmate addiction. You know why and again, I look forward to reading this. And I was really tickled that she sent that.
So, how, pray tell, are we going to do these 2 readings?
Going to need not one,
See, I mean about
but
the planning.
2 volunteers that she will do she does these etchings while she's talking to you, and then a face or whatever appears in the etching, and then she'll tell you who it is. The other one, and again, we haven't nailed it down 100%, but I know she's assuming she's going to do the same thing. The other one is a past life.
Yeah, we don't know if she can do both or just
no. So because we are going to talk about the book and get into it, but also I believe her book's on Amazon.
Well, we're going to find out.
We'll find out from all of that when she's on. But she does this past life drawing too, which is amazing. And when she's done with these drawings, if you're willing to pay for the shipping, she usually will give them to you after, as long as you pay for the shipping. So I think that's pretty cool. So I need 2 volunteers at least. So if you guys could take in, just send a message to where you want to go.
Send it through the inbox.
Of the page. That would be great, and then we'll pick 2 people to do it.
Yeah. Again, if you've seen this before, it's awesome what she does. She not only does the reading like a normal medium would do, she's also
it's like an etching.
Yeah, a picture of
and then
the face that she's seeing.
She pulls that,
reading.
and a face comes out of it. It's the strange. It's the most wonderful thing I've ever seen. And she's been on target with every single person that we've had do that. Hi, Dana. Well, put in your thing, Tanisha, and we'll pull you for one of them then.
So 2
that
people.
Would be cool.
That'll be and during the rest of the interview, we'll talk to her about her book, and Chris is going to read it and fill me in on the cliff notes.
I'm not going to fill you in on anything. I'm going to read it
because I don't have time for reading books. I'm just much too busy to read a book. If there was a movie about this soul addiction or a Netflix special, I'd be on it. But reading, no. Anyway, that is July 30th.
At 8 p.m.
August 4th. See, jam-packed. We're talking a matter of like 2 weeks, all this stuff going on. August 4th, Gia, I would butcher her last name. I think it's Quamar, is going to be talking about sun baths and what it is, how it works, and she's going to be doing a demonstration. We're literally going to talk to her at 6:30 via like Zoom or StreamYard and kind of do a mock thing where, because she doesn't know how the sound is going to carry over the live stream, if it's going to be too loud, if it's going to drown out the mic. So we're going to do a little.
So that's like singing bowls, right?
Well, I don't know what you call them, but there's whatever. We're going to find out. That's the purpose of the interview.
Okay.
So we're going to do it first and talk about it and see how it sounds, and then we're going to go live at 8 o'clock right after we figure out the whole acoustics and how all that's going to work. So she'll be on the 4th, and the night after that, now here we're going 29th and 30th with Jay and Judy. Jay and Judy, wow. And then August 4th is Gia, Jay, Judy, and Gia. And August 5th is Adam Berry.
Oh, Katrina and
Katrina's the 22nd.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're going back to back.
Right. So August 5th is Adam Berry from Kindred Spirits, Ghost Hunters. We're going to be talking about his book, Hello, Goodbye, which I bought on audiobook so I can listen to it when I'm in the shower and in the bathroom and in my car.
Because you don't read.
So, because I don't read, so I'll listen to his book. So I'll.
And the thing is, John falls asleep when he starts. He reads,
I
but
do. I fall
he
asleep
falls
when I read.
asleep
I do.
if he starts reading.
So this is a comic book, then I can get through.
Hey, Travis.
But Adam Berry will be on August 5th to talk about his book Hello Goodbye and to talk about his event that he's doing at the Sterling Hill Mine on September 27th. So Adam will be with us at the mine as well. Lots going on. Lots going on as far as once we get past, we're not doing a lot in July, obviously, except for the ghost walks. August, we're not doing a lot either. It just worked out that way, which is good because of Walter just had his surgery and he's recovering. Yeah. But September, October, November, yeah, we're going to be swamped. So it's kind of, we're enjoying a lull, but there are still things happening as far as, again, we're setting things up for here so that we can do interviews and demonstrations like we used to. Of course, with the live investigations from the Creeper Gallery kind of mixed all in with that stuff, we're kind of trying to get back to coming on more and doing more interviews and doing more discussions and doing more demonstrations, because I really enjoy doing that stuff and we got away from it. And I know you guys enjoy watching that. And we enjoy it. We enjoy including you, of course, in the questions on the interviews for Katrina or for Judy or for Gia. You guys can get involved in all that stuff. Believe it or not, I am interested.
Hey, Wes.
Wes, we'll see Wes next week. How many trees were sacrificed to make that notebook? You're talking about my notebook, John McGinnis? John McGinnis sent me the funniest commercial ever made.
And he didn't share it.
We can't share it because
he didn't share it with me.
It was made for a different time.
Oh.
But it was about diarrhea medicine. And okay. John knows that I am a 12-year-old at heart. So I had a very good laugh. John McGinnis. He knows. John McGinnis knows me. So, yes, great commercial. Anyway, so we're going to get back to doing that. But I've gotten several emails, probably in the last 3-4 weeks, month, from different places that want to do different things with New Jersey Paranormal. And like I said, it's weird because it just like comes out of nowhere, and
they're amazing.
Yeah, the opportunities are really, really cool. And one of them will be kind of a private thing for almost like Germania Park, a private club where they know the third floor is haunted. So they say, and they just want us to come in with some members and
validate it,
which is cool. And that may turn into an event at some time. Hello, Kathy.
Keep our fingers crossed. That'd be cool.
These other, it's almost 100% definite. I don't want to say for sure, for certain, because we haven't worked out the logistics, that we're going to be adding 2 buildings to the event schedule next year that are in South Jersey. So for you South Jersey people.
How about that? You're diving
I'm
more
telling you, man, they love us. South Jersey has spoken. They love us.
The South Jersey side where you're afraid of.
They want us there. If the need is there.
Hey, Scott.
If the need is there, then I will go to South Jersey.
Let me tell you. Wow.
But
I'm shocked.
There are 2 buildings, one of which is incredible.
I think both of them are incredible.
Oh, this one in particular. Oh, if I showed you the picture of this building, you would be like, that's from a horror movie. That is from a horror movie. Big, gorgeous, old mansion that looks amazing. And the people that are there are doing stuff in the building now, setting it up for something that they're going to be doing, an event. And they're hearing footsteps all over the place, walking above them when no one's there. I cannot wait. We're going for a tour of this building next Wednesday, a week from Wednesday. So whatever that day is. I think it's the 30th. Same day as Judy. That interview. We're going to tour the one mansion. We've already toured the one building, which is huge. But we're going to be touring the other. No, John isn't stepping foot in the pines.
Let's do the pines.
Ever.
We drove through the
Ever.
pines.
We drove by the pines as quickly as possible. But NJP is lovely South Jersey. I told you. We got to stop. We got to stop ignoring the South. That's what
You're the only one that has something to do with me.
As scary as it is there, and the people are a little strange.
Here.
We got to stop. We got to because they want us there too.
Sorry.
So we will be going to South Jersey more often.
I think the reason why you worry about South Jersey because those are more my kind of people. South Jersey.
You say that.
Yeah.
But don't get stuck in the
lines.
Yeah. But but yeah, next year we'll be going to South Jersey more for sure. And this one building, I cannot wait to get in there and investigate it. You ever just see a building and know? I mean, I don't know if there's anything to that or if you build it up in your head, but you see the picture of this building, it's like, whoa. I mean, just judging a book by its cover, that building's got to have something in it. And now hearing about the things that are going on there, I can't wait to get in there. Can't wait.
Well, I like the other one too.
Yeah, the other one.
Because the other one has, and I'm not going to say it for now, but it has a really, really unique story to it that I was fascinated by.
And that's a very old building as well.
So,
and again, there's claims of activity in that one. So these two buildings almost definitely will be added to the list of events for next year. We may squeeze one in this year. We're talking about a potential holiday event there.
That would be awesome.
They decorate this big, beautiful old mansion for Christmas time, the holidays. And I think it would be cool to introduce people to that event with the building decorated.
Oh, I would love that.
Just give it a weird, cool feeling.
We like that time of year anyway.
So there's a lot going on for New Jersey Paranormal. And another touring company has contacted me about the possibility of working with them on some kind of project that we'll see what happens with that. Some emails back and forth, but nothing. But that's in a different part of Jersey where we're not used to going as well. So you never know.
We're branching out a bit more.
I look forward to it. I like doing different things and new things and going to different places, especially when people are telling me stuff is happening there. I can't wait to get in, especially this one building. I'm on the phone with the representative today and we're touring it. And she's like, "You're going to bring your equipment?" I'm like, "Yes." Because I didn't do that with the first building. And they expected us to, remember?
I know, but we were supposed to just do a
tour.
Well, yeah, it was just a tour to meet and greet them. Happy anniversary, Fred, to you and your wife.
Happy anniversary, guys.
But yeah, and then when we walked in the door and then we were going through, and again, it would have been cool to have had some stuff, but again, that wasn't what that was about. It was about a meeting to see, if everything meshes and if it works out, we, not to come in with equipment right out of the gate. But yeah, they wanted the whole works right then and there.
Mr. or Miss. So I wanted to say something else that came to my attention today, and I feel terrible that it took so long for me to find this out, and it was just because somebody posted something, a family member of hers, and it shut up on my feed where I didn't see anything before. But Kathy Perry, who some of you may know, she's been at our events before, and I like Kathy a lot. Kathy loved Pearl Jam as much as I love Pearl Jam.
Because the guitar pick from
the
Pearl Jam.
The guitar.
The guitar pick.
Guitar, the guitar. That's hillbilly. When you hear guitar, you know you're in hillbilly country. Most people say guitar, but hillbilly, it's guitar. Get her done. Guitar. So I can't even have a serious moment with you when you're hillbilly talk. But anyway, I was scrolling down my feed and I saw this post from her daughter.
Yeah.
And I had no idea. She passed on the day we were married on June 14th, and I had no idea.
We had no idea.
So if her family is watching or friends are watching, I know Kathy supported us for a number of years, and her and I would have conversations about Pearl Jam and other stuff. She was an Eagle fan, and I'm a Cowboy fan, so she would bust my chops.
Yeah.
And I like Kathy.
She was a really good person, really, really good person.
And she will be missed. And condolences to her family and friends. And yeah, it's. I was really sad to see that. You know, again, you know, Peter passed not so long ago, and finding out about Kathy, it just again it hits home that life is short, and tomorrow really isn't promised to anyone. Just, you know, appreciate what you have, appreciate every day, and tell people that you love them and that they matter, and
drop the stuff that's not important.
yeah, just let that stuff go, because you know you need to live in the now and appreciate here and now and today and the people around you. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there because I did. You know, these people are people that we know and people that we, again, part of our community, part of the New Jersey Paranormal family that we've known and we've met and we talked to and that are part of all of this. And you know, we feel the loss. We do. And again, their families, I can't say enough how, you know, our condolences and our prayers and thoughts are with all of you. But, you know, I found that out today, and there was a lot of good news, and then I saw that, and
that really took us down.
It brings it all home. It really does. And then, you know, we all get into the bigger questions and you know, about the paranormal and about paranormal ethics and about things in the field that are right and wrong and all this other stuff and all the stuff that's going on now. And, you know, the bottom line to everything is right now we're here, we have each other, we're among the living, so live your life. Make every day a good day if you can. Like I said, tell the people you love that you love them, and be with your family and be with your friends. And like Chris said, don't sweat the small stuff, because
be a little tolerant.
Yeah,
we're all different. We all are, you know, especially according to John, especially me. We all go to a different drummer. You know, we all have different beats. We all have different, and I know that we might get frustrated with each other sometimes, but it's nothing that if we should have tolerance for each other and understanding and compassion, especially when it's not a grievance or something that's been wrong. Like you haven't been wronged by someone. If it's just an irritation or that if you don't care for someone, just leave that person be. Just, you know.
Again, when it comes to the paranormal stuff, there's different opinions. There's different theories. There's different beliefs. Yeah, religious beliefs. There's a lot of different things that mix in with the paranormal stuff that people, you know, it's all part of it. So, you know, I don't necessarily agree with some of the stuff I hear or see or read, and other stuff I do. So it's just a matter of your own beliefs and your own. But you know, when it comes to, again, the bottom line is, again, we're all just people, you know, living our lives the best that we can. And when we lose someone, you know, there are people, you know, it's a loss for people, and you have to respect that as well. And
even appreciate out of our own connection, you know, the loss for on the other side for them. There's so much more to it. So much more to it.
So again, with New Jersey Paranormal, you know, we've been doing this a long time. And that's, again, talking to this person on the phone today, going back over the years and the places and the things we've done and the events we've done and the people that we've met. It's kind of like, you know, again, almost like going through your phone. You know, I did that a lot where I go through my phone, I'm looking for a picture for an ad or just something I want to post. And, you know, it's got that calendar on your phone. If you have an iPhone, you can just like September of 2024 or 23. And those are all memories. You know, it's the weirdest thing that technology has really gotten to the point, instead of us going through the photo album, if you're from our generation, grabbing book
Hey,
after
Maria.
book, you know, and flipping through the photo album.
Linda.
Now you've got it, you know, on your phone or your computer, and you're able to just swipe and scroll, and those memories are all fresh and they're there.
But the scarier part is that there's more and more and more. Filling up more and more. That's what I'm saying.
You done?
Yep.
Okay.
I did.
In the middle of a sentence, but
That's right.
don't worry about that. But
I don't.
what I was going to say was, you know, paranormal wise, when you're scrolling through those pictures, photo albums, whatever, no, I'm not Brianna. I wish, but when you're going through those pictures and those photo albums and everything, it subconsciously instigates, whatever you want to call it, the emotion and the feeling behind the memory of that time, of that picture. You're almost transported in your brain subconsciously into that day, into that time, into that memory. You know what I mean? Even the most mundane thing, a picture of her and I at Spirit Halloween, taking a picture with a mask on, automatically your brain goes to that spot, even if it's just for 3 seconds until you get to the next picture. It
that
becomes,
feeling you had.
Yeah, it becomes tangible.
Yeah.
And I think with the paranormal, I think that is possible in many different ways. Recalling memories to the people of the people in a building or connected to an object. I think when you're doing that, again, this is as a researcher, investigator, I think people don't think in terms of being in a building where in a place where people occupied. It's almost the same theory as I'm in this room and I'm talking about people, histories, memories, things I know about them in a space that they occupied. Me calling out to that memory and to that person, even if they're not there all the time per se, quote unquote, haunting the building, am I now channeling them by invoking what I'm talking about? Just like I feel with that picture in that moment, I'm there. I'm there, here. I'm there. Is it the same for spirits? You're there in their space, talking about their lives, talking about their family, asking questions about them and their history and how they passed or what they did or what they like to do. Are you channeling them in the same way through some kind of method of just almost, like I said, no better way than channeling? Are you calling upon the spirit by, again, flipping through that photo album or memory thing, and now somebody somewhere is around or near that's connected to it, and boom, there they are.
Again.
There they are, because you're calling upon that memory and those feelings, and now they're present because of it.
That's kind of the concept of, you know, when you think about if you're on the other side and then all of a sudden out of the blue, somebody's talking about you, mentioning you.
Are we repeating what I just said again?
Listen, wait a minute. No, I'm trying to I'm having a connecting the dots here for my brain. So what I was going to say is just like when you're talking about them and you're it's all right. You know, when we the fear is when we pass away, we're going to be forgotten. That there's not going to be a legacy. It's just like when you die, that's it. There's like an expiration point where nobody talks about you, and you start to fade the more and more time goes on, and then all of a sudden we're talking about 100 years later, 150 years later, and all of a sudden somebody's standing somewhere where you were in life, and all of a sudden you start talking about me who's passed on all these years. And that's what's keeping that connection, is that you're bringing them back in by what you just said you're doing, by talking and acknowledging and talking about their. I'm just saying the whole idea of that is like, I think that's one of the fears that most people have, is when they pass, is that they'll be forgotten. At some point in time, they'll be forgotten. Why are you looking so dumbfounded? And then how unique it is when so much later, all of a sudden, you hear someone talking about you.
Yeah, I can understand that concept. No, I do. I understand what you're saying.
So that in itself, it might be the very thing that also brings in.
No, I understand what you're saying. That's a theory as well. Like that coincides. Yeah. I like my theory better because it makes more sense.
Well, of course, it's you.
Yours is kind of.
I'm just saying, we all have a deep-rooted fear, I believe, of being forgotten. If you're not a celebrity, or if you're not someone that doesn't, that's you. But you have people who, that's why they talk about legacy, being a celebrity, going through life and trying to make sure that you're famous, or you were well known, or you had a lot of people drawn. Or if you're somebody who lived very quietly, not a lot of people knew you, maybe you lived in a small town, maybe you were a hermit, whatever. There's something about, once we pass, that's it. We're forgotten. We're no longer thought of. We're no longer, because we've moved out of that space and something else has moved into that space.
And again, that's sort of like the theory behind like a cemetery. Okay. Parents, grandparents, the headstone will be taken care of, flowers and all that other thing. But eventually it will be an old headstone in which the writing is barely legible.
And maybe you'll be lucky enough where you'll be talked about on a tour.
But you know what I'm saying. Eventually there will be no one visiting that headstone. Exactly. And it'll just be faded, and that was supposed to memorialize you, for eternity, in theory.
But when you get so far removed, people will walk up and see a name and the date and go, don't know who this person was. I mean, we put plaques.
I want a mausoleum or a pyramid.
You're going to get mausoleum, all right.
Either one. Or a Viking funeral.
But they put little things, markers, say, hey, this was in World War I, this one was, and, but we basically don't know anything about these people if we didn't know them in life, unless they were well known. Like people who go see, just as an example, people who go visit Whitney Houston's headstone. And they go in droves because she was famous.
Well, but Laura brings up a good point. If heaven is real, then you won't really give a rat's patootie about being forgotten or not.
You hope?
Well, I'm just saying, if that were true and it does exist, then we're going someplace.
But even if you go someplace, again, going someplace better and going to a different dimension, stuff like that, there's still this part of you that wants to be remembered, that wants to matter, or have done something that's mattered in life, that has left an imprint or a footprint of some kind.
I don't feel that way at all.
Really?
No, I really don't.
So most people talk about, we are remembered as long as somebody's
that's true.
Yes, that's exactly
but that's on this physical earth. I mean, in that sense. But really, does that matter?
Well,
does that matter? 100 years now, do I care if anybody knows my name?
Christopher Boggs has Viking funeral.
No, 100 years now, does it really matter if anybody knows my name or?
Don't know. For some people, for some people, they just want to know something in their life was of purpose or mattered and carries on. I think that's kind of like the gist of what I'm saying.
They're
legacy that goes on.
They're not lamps. They're bug zappers.
They are not. Don't tell them that.
I'm just looking at them glowing on the TV, and I'm like, why do they look like bug zappers?
They do not.
No,
Thank you.
They are.
I appreciate that, Thomas.
Whatever they are, they're to hypnotize you. This is our twin flame thing. Get it, twin flame? See how I came up with that? See how quick I am? I'm just that quick.
Yeah, twin bug
It's just
zapper.
that quick.
What you just said the first time. Maybe that's more correct.
But anyway, the immediate plans are the Ghost Walk tomorrow. 2 large groups coming for that one. And then the bash the following week. Hopefully we get out there Friday afternoon-ish and get to enjoy the whole weekend in Gettysburg with some of you guys. But again, in between that, we have the Katrina interview and all that other good stuff coming up. And, before you know it, we are talking about the fall and stuff like that. And we're going to release the fall schedule with a lot of events. And, God, again, before you know it, it'll be here. September, October, all that stuff. It's like, and then the expo. We're starting to get bogged down into expo planning, nitty gritty stuff, which again, time is moving so fast. But like I said, this with New Jersey Paranormal, it's kind of, when you're, I hate to say this because I sound like such an old guy, but when you're younger, you have the energy and the chutzpah, to do everything your mind wants to do. You're like, your mind is, and you're able to keep right up with that and do all the planning and do all the things that you want to do and go more and more and more and more and more. And then as the years go by and they go by and you're doing more and more and more and more and more, you find out that your body's saying maybe more isn't so good anymore. And so this year we have kind of reeled it in, like to where there's, there hasn't been a ton of events between January and now. We really haven't done.
No, we've just had other things to fill in between.
Yeah, we've been doing stuff in between. But September and October are going to be really, really busy, and then we're going to Waynesboro in December. But like I said, these new places coming on next year, along with some of the other places, it re-inspires you to be able to go into new buildings and do new things and bring people into new places, especially if they're active and they're cool. I love that. I love going into some of the old places and have the weird stuff happen. Even though the ghost tours, the ghost walks.
Wow, those have been very surprising.
Watching people hear those EVPs for the first time or hear the walking and the bangs is like, it gives you like now you see it. Now you get it.
Every time we do those tours, it's always something different that happens. It takes us by surprise.
I enjoy doing it, like I said. But yeah, you do have to figure out how to navigate, doing, a lot and too much, especially when there's people who can't really
keep up.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I know.
That's true.
And I gotta slow things down because of it, which is sooner or later.
Hopefully,
the
new stuff that I got put on will ratchet up my energy level soon.
Honestly, the old buildings are awesome just to be in.
It's true.
That's part of it, Alex.
I love walking into the old buildings.
I do too, but I enjoy haunted places.
I know you do.
Anything. It could be the most mundane, bland building on the face of the earth. Yeah,
but if it's haunted, that's
voices everywhere and stuff happening. Yeah,
it'd be a TV.
I like that. I like that way more than any cool architecture anywhere. It's just.
How come nobody's ever done? How come there's never been any haunted TV?
You mean like toilet paper?
No.
I know it's a joke. How do you know there isn't?
That's never been. I've never seen it. I've never seen anyone
investigate one. Where would that even
one.
Come from?
I don't know.
You tell me the Native Americans never had a
they have spirit guides and stuff.
So none of them ever came into their teepees?
I said, why can't one be haunted? How come we have never heard about one being haunted?
You're this close to Scooter coming out here and just taking over completely with your guitar. Anyway, I try to muddle through. I really, really try to muddle. That's why I'm booking all these guests and all that stuff, because I need, you know,
You need
I
something.
need something to bounce off of. I need some,
You're gonna bounce.
you know, I need something to help me here. But again, I'm looking forward to interviewing Katrina, because we've spoken to her privately, you know, but I've never really dove into, you know, how she got started. I mean, all those TV shows that she's one of the, again, like Ghost Brothers have been on, I think, 3 different shows. I think Wraith Chasers have had
Yeah.
3 shows at least. Um, you know, Katrina, she's been around for a while, and she's, you know, done different shows. Paranormal State, you know, with, you know, college kids. You know, that was kind of the first of its kind. You know, I'd like to know more about how all that got started, and then Nick Roth, and, you know,
Yeah.
and again, what her beliefs are. All that stuff intrigues me, because people are so different. You know, you talk to Galen, and Galen has different beliefs. He was brought up different. You know, Jason's the skeptic who's debunking, and it's just cool to hear so
Their
many different,
perspectives.
yeah, from different people who people are familiar with.
And we've
You know?
never interviewed Katrina before, so I think that would be really cool to find out a lot about her.
And then we got this other person who, again, we just met through happenstance. We do a psychic fair every year for the Barnard Center. You guys know us. You know we love the Barnard Center. We support Woodbridge. It's a charity event. All the money goes to the Barnard Center. We have a lot of mediums that we know, that we've known for years. That's going to be September 20th. $5 admission. Of course, you have to pay for a reading if you want one. There are free lectures. But we've met a new person who has a business in Woodbridge, in another town. And this person does different kinds of readings that I've never heard of, which is really cool, because I'll try anything. We did the aura thing. We did the palm reading. We did tarot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm open to some of this stuff, but this person does crystal readings, where you pick a stone, and that is part of the reading. Never seen that done before. She does the readings on the lines of your forehead, which, you know, I've seen the palm thing,
Yeah,
but the forehead thing is kind of cool.
that's different.
What was the other one that I thought was really cool that she said she did?
I forget exactly what it was, because I got so caught up on the fact that she actually does the crystal ball.
There you go.
That's the one I kind of got like.
That was literally the other
Is that
one.
the one? Well, that was. I know people do, but she actually brings it out to psychic fairs, and she does it. We've never had one, but I'm really fascinated by the stone picking, and then the crystal where they hold the crystals that they pick, and then she does a reading off of that. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were going for the crystal ball, because.
Well, let's see. I mentioned the crystal. I mentioned the four, and I said, what was the other one?
All right, so I'm gonna clue you guys on.
So explain the crystal ball.
Wait a minute.
To your knowledge.
Hold on a minute. So just to clue you in on a little, I definitely have been a little out of it and like not really responsive. I just found out I have an excessively low vitamin D intake, so much so that it actually affects your response in your brain. You get your brain is foggy, and I have been having issues with that. So I'm on a prescribed, just started today, to try to get the levels back up to respond and not be so tired and not to have this brain fog, which has been happening more and more and getting worse. So the crystal ball thing is where she can read the future, tell you what your future is by looking into. She can't tell you the now, but it's either the past or the future, where she can look in the crystal ball and tell you. So why? So
no, I've never.
She says that she actually gets the
pay
image
attention
that shows
to a lot of the readers, but I've never heard of that. I've never, You know what I mean? That was kind of cool and new to me, to where I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then she mentioned the forehead thing and the crystal
So the only thing
thing.
you kept thinking about with the crystal ball was the scrying stuff that we do.
Yeah, that's what I thought she meant
No,
she
I knew
said
what she meant when she says, but it was kind of cool that to actually, and I said to her, because a lot of people don't do that. She's actually will do the crystal reading and the crystal ball reading at the event. So I'm excited about that.
Little known fact that, again, I'm announcing here for the first time ever, and you guys may want to partake in this. At the psychic fair, for the first time ever, I will have a table where I'm doing magic 8-ball readings. You heard it here first. Magic 8-ball readings, $2 a reading. You get to ask 3 questions. You may get unsure at this time, and we'll ask you again, and we'll shake. But $2 a reading, I will have my magic 8-ball. And I will be doing readings. You're welcome. My gift to you. And all that money will go to charity.
Ooh-wee.
When I say to charity, I mean to get me a pizza and some Coke Zero later. That's what I mean by charity. Yes.
Oh, John Ruggiero.
Magic 8-ball readings. You heard it here first. So what's stealing that out there? I know. The usual suspects are going to try to take that from me.
We can't wait to see you, Robert.
Robert, it's been forever, man.
No, that's true, right, Brianna? How many years ago was that when he said it?
I have gifts.
Oh, you do have gifts.
Have
I'll agree with you there.
Brianna's living proof.
Oh, Lord help me, Father.
I said out loud, you're going to win the lottery.
And she
did. And guess what? 2 days later, she won a scratch off or something. It's there.
She got it that day.
I choose not to use it because once I let it out a little bit, I may not be able to pull it back in. So I'm afraid I'm afraid to even. That's why I will use the magic 8-ball as a conduit to channel my energy.
Well, why not? Other people use if that's what works for you. Knock your socks off.
Yes, I'm excited. The paranormal saver saves the day. See, do you know how long my line is going to be? You know how long my line is going to be? I will be booked.
His head is just going.
I will be booked by 11:15 when we open at 11.
Oh,
guaranteed.
You'll be booked.
Guaranteed.
In jail. $20. See?
Yeah, I remember that. I can't predict the big ones.
She was just like, "Oh my God."
Let me ask you this: what is the one question that everybody says? Oh, you're a medium or a psychic. What are the lottery numbers? Right? No, they don't give you anything. I actually said you're going to win a lottery, money, and it happened. Where's documented proof of that anywhere?
Hey, Kevin.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Brianna.
Scooter should be here.
Yes. Scooter will probably be helping me with the magic 8-ball readings. He'll be my assistant.
Scooter will be helping you.
Writing down on the pad. But anyway, there will be, again, we're going to be doing more here.
Yeah.
I miss doing interviews. I miss talking to people. Again, I didn't read Adam's book, but when we had interviewed him the first time, we got into a lot of subject, and it was funny because he was just like, it's so funny you're mentioning all this because it's in my book that's going to be coming out in a couple of months. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
And we hadn't talked to him since. So it'll be cool to actually listen to the book, get more questions, and then be able to dive into these subjects from, again, his perspective, which I'm looking forward to. I love talking about this stuff. I mean, there is, I guess I want to know who's doing the paper fortune
the little
teller.
triangle thing you kept doing. You flip it open, you read it.
We don't have one of those yet, Laura, but you can definitely do that. But I will talk about all things paranormal, theory wise, equipment wise, ethic wise. I'll talk about all that stuff. But again, there are things that you can talk about conceptually without referencing specific people and things.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I would talk about it in those terms, but it's okay to talk about subjects, but yes, there are ethics surrounding certain things. And again, for me, um, in a general term, um, I don't know, again, if I would ever, and I'm just saying me personally, if I would ever do a spirit box session of someone who just passed, like that day or the day before, I don't know if I would do that, but others
Personal
do.
choice.
It's my personal belief that that's not really cool to do or not ethical, but again, in theory, I guess
I will go back and I will say
there's no
this
difference,
to
but
be,
I wouldn't do it.
but to play devil's advocate, I will go back. The first time that cadavers were being cut open to do research to find out
Cadavers.
what the, yeah, whatever, what, those were done behind closed doors and sneaky because you were considered very sick and not normal for doing that. So if those people hadn't have taken those risks and and doing what they did, we wouldn't have the medical knowledge that we've gotten through the years and the different cures and different surgeries, because that's how we found out what the human body looks like inside and what it does and how it functions, by people who push the envelope by doing what normal society said is wrong and you shouldn't do.
Well, again,
so again, I'm saying this as a devil's advocate. If this turns out to be
personal
well,
opinion and personal
it
ethics
is.
and morals.
When is the correct time? I don't believe it's an issue.
Again, I think it's a personal thing, Robert. For me, it is, because directly after, you've got to consider not just yourself as a researcher and an investigator. You've got to consider, is it okay with the family? Do they really want you doing that? And if you're going to do it, maybe you should check to make sure that's okay, in my opinion, before you do that, because you maybe added extra, extra sadness and stress, and I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It depends on the
That's
situation.
my opinion.
As we said, it depends on the situation.
It does depend on the situation, because last thing I would want to do is add more hurt to anybody who's going through. I've been through that.
I mean, it's really.
And in my personal opinion, again, me, speaking about me personally, if someone told me they were doing a spirit box session with my mom the day after she passed, I'd be saying, what the F is wrong with you? Don't do that. Me. And I do this,
And there's other people that would say, yeah, go ahead,
that is
I'm
fine.
okay.
You're
yeah,
right.
But
I'm saying, you never know how any person is going to react within that family, dynamic. Give it a little time. That's my opinion.
Right.
Anyway, I don't want to get too deep and bogged down in that stuff. So when we see you next, it will be, we'll probably, we're going to squeeze, or I'm going to squeeze. I don't know if Chris will be up for it. I'm definitely going to squeeze a Creeper Gallery investigation into next week. There's several new items coming in, one of which, or two, that I'm a little concerned about, just because I read the
Are they dark?
There's just circumstances surrounding them that concern me a little, just because you get into a certain headspace, and like what we were just talking about with grieving and stuff like that, and sometimes when you add to that, you put yourself in a bad place, or a worse place
up for things.
Well,
yeah.
I just think, again, so I'd have to think kind of how I feel at the time before doing that. I would like a hat, please. You can order the merchandise, NJP merchandise. You just scroll through our page. There's the link there. I posted it several times.
You gotta pin it, maybe.
It's there. So you just look for.
We don't actually have them. It's a print on demand by it's Kristen, right? I don't have my phone out, so I would pull up her name, but she actually again, this is the brain not working here. She does print on demand, so you can go on her page and order, and then she'll send you what is
She sends you an invoice, and she lets you know, and it's cool because she sends you like little ghost stickers, and I
and
like
how
it.
to take care of your
Yeah,
item.
that was really cool.
I
I like the
really
way she
cool.
packaged it, and I love the shirts. I love the hat. You know me, I love wearing hats. So this is a hat that I will wear proudly next week at the Battlefield
hoodies are
Bash.
great. So I didn't even get to see the hoodie.
Oh, they're on them.
I know. I'm just saying I haven't looked at all this stuff.
Why would you? You're only on New Jersey Paranormal co-founder. Anyway, on that note, I gotta get Scooter a little shirt. Scooter's got to get one for sure. So look for that. There you go. Nikki just posted the link for New Jersey Paranormal merch. And again, she's small business, and she has a full-time job, I believe, and she does this as well. She's very good at it. So you're supporting small business, which of course we all want, and you're supporting New Jersey Paranormal. So that's it for tonight. We'll be back on Sunday, Monday-ish. Probably, if we're back on, it'll maybe from the Creeper Gallery on Monday or Tuesday at the latest. But either way, oh no, what I wanted to do really, really quick, I get so sidetracked. The last Creeper Gallery investigation, I'll talk about really, really quick. We went there a couple of days ago. We investigated 2 objects. The story behind the story was, I think we told you guys this. One of the objects was supposed to be the Jewish artifact, and we didn't feel like we would do an adequate job because we don't know enough about Judaism. So we wanted to investigate the doll that had multiple children laughing and stuff. Can't remember the name. I'm horrible with names. And then there was that idol. I'm drawn to that idol. Was it Kitty?
The doll
Sarah.
was Kitty. Was Sarah, yeah.
I think I know that. My daughter's name. Got some good stuff off of the doll. But the other thing I was drawn to, because anytime I see that things were used in rituals or spiritual, I'm drawn to that like a moth to the flame. And I don't remember the last time we investigated, but I knew there was something there. And we got some good stuff off of that too. And I would like to one day use, I know at least 3 objects in that shop that are meant for bringing spirits in. I would like to use all of them one day. There's at least 3 of them. There's that.
Use them to what?
To see if it increases the activity. And it
How about you start out with 1 before you go to the full?
No. 1. Why would I do that?
And why would you?
It's like driving a car with 1 cylinder. Why? Come on.
You start slow.
Come on. No, you don't. There is no shallow end. There's the deep end. That's where you learn to swim.
And you get us in the deep end a lot.
Anyway, so that was a really cool investigation that night. And again, I enjoyed going to the Creeper Gallery a lot. I enjoyed the different objects. Again, I saw 4 of them came in, one of which I think looked like somebody we all know and love. I can't show you the picture, but there was a wooden carving of someone. If I didn't know better, I think Donna's looking to replace my
your idol?
No, what was that thing that she had?
It's an idol
the altar.
Of you.
She had the altar with my statue.
Oh, Lord help us.
I think she's trying. But anyway, we'll see you guys in a few days. Thanks for watching. Remember, we're going to be busy. Yeah. Lots going on. Lots coming on New Jersey Paranormal here. Lots going on the road. And remember, buy that merch. Good stuff.
Have a good night. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And please remember to be kind to each other. Good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.